Okay, we're going to talk about what's called percent of change. So what we're going to do first is we're going to figure out the change, and then we're going to change it to a percent. So the change is, if we go from 20 to a 23, all we do is we subtract the final from the original to get the change. In this case, it's a 3. And now we set up a proportion, and that is simply putting the change over the original. Original was 20. And then we're going to make a percent out of it, so we'll go n over 100. So this is what's called a special type of proportion. And so we can multiply and then divide by 20. So when we do that, we get 300 divided by 20 equaling 15. So n equals 15. And so that is the percent change in this problem. Let's look at the next one. So the original is 25, so I'm going to take 17 minus 25. And I get a negative 8. That change, negative 8, over the original, which is 25, and we're going to make a percent out of it, so it's going to be n over 100. And when we do the math, so we take 100 times negative 8 and divide that by 25, we'll get a negative 32. And so our percent change is a negative 32, which makes sense. It went from original, it went down, so that should be a negative number. We're here, on this other problem, we went up, so that should be a positive number. So let's look at the next two. So we're going to start with taking our new price and subtract it. And in this case, after we subtract, we get a negative 36. And we're going to take that change over the original, which is 66, and we're going to make a percent out of it by making it equal to n over 100. If I take my 36 and I times it by 100, and then divide that by 66, I get a negative 54.54%. Same thing, let's take our new and subtract our original. So in this case, you can see it's going up. So when I do the math, I get 2.3. So I put that over the original, 9.8, and I'm going to make it into a percent. So there's my n over 100. So if I take 2.3 and times it by 100, and then divide it by 9.8, I get my percent increase in this case, and percent increase of 23.47%. So this type of problem right here, we have to understand what we have trying to find. We're trying to find the total sales. So sales is always tax plus whatever it costs. So her merchandise is 28.62. So if we have 28.62, we have to find how much tax is on that. So I'm going to multiply that by my percent. Now percents have to be changed to a decimal. So this becomes 0.0725, and that's how you change a percent in decimal. You move the decimal place 2 spots. And so now you just take your calculator and multiply that out, and that tells you the tax. So 28.62 times 0.0725 gives us $2.07 tax. This is the tax. To find tax, you're taking your percent times what you're buying. Now, to find our total price, because that's what we're trying to do now, I'm going to add $2.07 to 28.62. So 28.62 plus the tax, $2.07, I get my total price of $30.69. So when you're dealing with tax, you're adding it back on. So let's try this next problem. So we have a DVD that costs $24.99, tax. We want to know what the... So we have to first take our $24.99 and times it by our tax. And I'm going to go ahead and change it into a decimal, so it's easier to do with my calculator. So 24.99 times 0.0685 gives me $1.71 tax. This is my tax. So I'm going to add that on to my original price, $24.99. So I'm going to add that So 24.99, add $1.71, and I get a $26.70 total price. So discounts are no different than tax, except discounts means we're taking off. So tax is adding, this is subtracting. So we're going to do the same thing. We have a 20% discount of the $85. So anytime we're going to use percent, we're going to multiply. So I'm going to change my percent to a decimal, and I can multiply 85 times 0.20, which gives me $17. So the discount is $17. Well, discount means subtract. So I'm going to go to my $85, and I'm going to subtract 17 to give me the total cost, because discounts are subtracted. So in this case, they end up paying $68 each month. So tax and discount are very similar. You just have to know whether you're adding or subtracting. So let's look at our next problem here. We have a price of $14.89. We have it's on sale for 40% off. So we have to find out what 40% is. So 14.89 is multiplied by, we change that to a decimal, and we multiply. So 14.89 times the 0.4% gives us $5, and I'm going to round this to 96 cents. So here is my discount. So with discount, we're going to subtract off the original. So 14.89 is subtracting the 5.96 discount. So 14.89 subtract the 5.96 gives me an $8.93 price for the DVD, or in this case a picture frame. So it was originally $14.89, but now it's $8.93 because of the 40% discount.